This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Malahoo Ford taken to hospital after falling in Parliament. Tuesday afternoon's sitting of the House of Representatives was adjourned for several minutes after MP for St. James West Central, Marlene Malahoo Ford, suffered a fall. Members of the House left their seats to assist Mrs. Malahoo Ford, who fell near the House Speaker's chair. Mrs. Malahoo Ford has been taken to the University Hospital of the West Indies and is undergoing medical checks. She is reportedly okay and in good spirits. Man gets 18 years for chopping children. A man who brutally attacked two sisters, aged 11 and 13, with a machete was sentenced to 18 years in prison in the St. Catherine Circuit Court. He is Timothy Tulloch, a 25-year-old laborer of Marley Acres in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. In handing down the sentence on July 2, Justice Courtney Day told the accused that his actions were premeditated and that the prison term should reflect the gravity of the crime. The judge then ordered that Tulloch serve 9 years hard labor on each count of wounding with intent. Justice Day ruled that the sentences run consecutively, so Tulloch will serve 18 years behind the bars. The facts of the case are that on February 24, 2020, Tulloch chopped the complainants repeatedly following an earlier dispute. Tulloch reportedly attempted to assault the 13-year-old when her 11-year-old sister intervened. In retaliation, he chopped both children several times. The complainants were discovered severely injured inside the house by their mother and stepfather. They were taken to the Spanish Town Hospital where they were treated. The matter was reported to the Old Harbour Police, and an investigation resulted in Tulloch being charged with wounding with intent. Tulloch was represented by attorney-at-law Sanjay Smith. Westmoreland mechanic charged with rape and murder. Dwayne Raffington, otherwise called Ricky, was arrested and charged with several offenses including murder following an incident at Caledonia District, Whithorn in Westmoreland on Wednesday, June 30. Raffington, a 38-year-old mechanic of Highgate District, Darlington, was charged with the murder of 20-year-old Fitzroy Booth of Bluefields in the parish. Reports from the Whithorn police are that Booth and the woman were at home about 2:10 a.m. when they heard sounds coming from the outside. Booth armed himself with a machete and went to the window where he was shot by Raffington. According to the police report, Raffington then had sexual intercourse with the woman against her will. The police were called, and on their arrival, Booth was seen with gunshot wounds to his upper body. An investigation was launched, which led to the arrest of Raffington at his house a few hours later. He was subsequently charged on Monday, July 5, after he was positively identified by the woman. Raffington has been charged with murder, rape, abduction, grievous sexual assault, and burglary. Man of unsound mind shot by police in Portland. A man believed to be of an unsound mind was shot by cops this morning in Port Antonio, Portland. The man, who was shot twice, remains hospitalized at the Port Antonio Hospital in stable condition. The incident is being probed by the Independent Commission of Investigations in the COM. It is reported that about 6 a.m., the man went on a rampage along Harbour and Blake Streets, where he smashed the windscreens of at least 4 vehicles. Armed with a stone and a machete, he then made his way to the nearby Port Antonio Police Station on West Street, where he became boisterous and verbally attacked cops. Police personnel tried to restrain him, but he managed to elude them. The man then ran to the corner of Harbour and West Street, where he smashed the glass door of a financial institution. He continued down the road and was confronted by cops who instructed him to surrender and to drop the stone and the machete. He refused and reportedly advanced towards one of the cops. Explosions were heard and the man was seen on the ground, suffering from gunshot wounds. He was then taken to the hospital. An alleged eyewitness, who gave his name as Vinton from Titchfield Hill, called for more to be done to remove persons of unsound mind who display violent behavior from the streets of Port Antonio. "A lucky the police them lucky this morning, yeah," he told the news. If him did get closer to them, dog nyam them supper. Monday him attack a whole heap of people pan William Street and them did have to take with himself, he continued. St. Andrew women charged with murder granted $500,000 bail. Murder accused Andreen Mignot and Nadine Johnson were today each granted $500,000 bail with sureties when they appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. They are before the court for the killing of Kemar Elliott, who was of a Waltham Park Road, St. Andrew address. The women, who are from Waltham Park Road, are being represented by attorneys at law Patrick Peterkin and Aisha Rob Cunningham. Bail was opposed by the Crown on the ground that the two accused were flight risk, and there could also be possible interference with witnesses. The attorneys in applying for bail argued that the women are not flight risk because they had surrendered to the police after the incident. They also argued that the women are willing to relocate. In granting bail, the court ordered them to relocate and to report to the nearest police station on Mondays and Thursdays. The case is set for mention on September 6 as a post-mortem report is not ready. Allegations are that on June 7 this year, there was an altercation between Mignot and the deceased and she stabbed him. It is further alleged that Johnson came up shortly after Elliott was stabbed and chopped him in the head. The women were later arrested and subsequently charged. 19-year-old held on firearm and wounding charges. A teenager was among two men who were arrested after a St. Thomas man was shot and injured on the way to purchase coal in his community in Seafort on Monday, June 21. 19-year-old Oral James and 33-year-old Delroy Miller have been charged with shooting with intent, illegal possession of a firearm, and ammunition. The police said that about 3:10 p.m., Miller and James fired several shots hitting the complainant. The police were called and the complainant was taken to the hospital where he was treated. The police said Miller was arrested after he reported on condition of bail at the Harborview Police Station on Thursday, July 1. The men were charged jointly on Monday, July 5, and are scheduled to appear before the St. Thomas Parish Court on Wednesday, July 14. Sentencing delayed for man who disarmed and shot cop at National Chest Hospital. Sentencing was delayed on Monday for Ricardo Richards, the prisoner who disarmed and shot a policeman before escaping from the National Chest Hospital in March. The matter was postponed as the judge was presiding over another matter. Richards is scheduled to be sentenced on Friday. In April, he pleaded guilty to robbery with aggravation, illegal possession of a firearm, and wounding with intent. The 31-year-old prisoner escaped after his handcuffs were removed while being treated by a doctor. He was held a week later during an operation at a guest house in St. Andrew. The policeman's pistol has not been recovered. Tourism Minister says higher spenders visiting Jamaica. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says a different demographic of visitors has emerged with the easing of restrictions around the world. He disclosed that higher spenders have been jetting into the island. On Monday, Jamaica welcomed the first of weekly flights between Zurich, Switzerland, and Montego Bay. On Sunday, Condor Airlines resumed non-stop flights between Frankfurt, Germany, and Montego Bay. Mr. Bartlett said there is a need for high spenders to bring in revenue to further boost the economy and provide more employment. What we are seeing is a demographic you really wanted always to have, but of course, you know, tourism offers an opportunity for all income layers and levels, and you don't want to even suggest that there is a point of discrimination. However, there is a need for a higher level of spend because that's what makes the growth and creates the jobs and provides the revenues. So we're excited about the new arrangement that we're seeing emerging, he indicated. 2 more COVID-19 deaths, 15 additional cases. Jamaica has recorded 2 more COVID-19 deaths, pushing the tally to 1,096. The deceased are a 38-year-old woman from St. Anne and a 62-year-old woman from St. James. The Ministry of Health says one of the deaths was previously under investigation, and 1 more fatality is under investigation, moving that figure to 119. Meanwhile, there were 15 new cases with ages ranging from 9 to 73 years, pushing the total to 50,404, with 15,245 being active. Of the new cases, 10 are women and 5 are men. A total of 954 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 5%. In the meantime, there were 1,095 more recoveries, increasing the total to 33,699. Some 119 persons are in hospital, with 27 being moderately ill and 12 critically ill. 6 persons are in government quarantine, while 41,008 are at home. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.